Good morning, everyone, or good night, wherever you are in the world. And today I have the pleasure to be with two amazing friends from Australia, Yuko Barlow and Ben Properjohn. Did I pronounce it
You did.
correctly?
You got it right first time. Thank you.
Thank you. So I I love that the fact that we are doing this Facebook Live and talking about the experiences of the gifts of the body processes of access consciousness. And you two were two people that popped because I heard that you love body processes and I heard that you love like something phenomenal, right? Like since you approach the access consciousness body process, a change in your life. So who wanna go first?
Ben, you go first.
Well, the body class, I've realized the body class is a bit like any other access, more advanced class where it's not the same class every time. As I change and as I can receive more and I start to, get it, I've got different things out of it. One of the main things I got out of I did my first body class in 2016 and I kind of thought, yeah, I've got the body processes done the class. And then finally I did another class, which Yuko was in as well, about 6 months ago. And what I wasn't aware of is the level of disconnect I still had with my body. And as that starts to dissolve, there's so much more available with receiving as the earth, and also I didn't realize there's so much more awareness that my body receives that is not necessarily cognitive, but maybe slightly cognitive in a way that it's subtle, but still allows me to be it and dialogue it without going through the head to digitize it and define it. So that's been one of the major things for me.
That's pretty amazing. Thank you for saying that. And I want to ask you something more because when you say, I realize after, because you have been using the Access Consciousness tool since quite a long time, I think, right, John? So I met
Yeah.
you. Yeah. So as well, like when you say that you realize how much you were disconnected with your body, that's something that pained for me because how much we want to change our lives, right? We want to improve our lives. We want to improve our relationship, money situation, the way we wake up in the morning. But the last things we think about it's our bodies to include in that, right? So when you say that you realize how much you were disconnecting with your body, what actually really pinged with you? Like it was like, you were not including your body. Yeah, go.
Yeah, well, the first thing straight away, even within the first day, I was could much more sense other people's body with my body, which was, straight away such an amazing thing. And then from there, it was really being able to feel what's inside my body. Instead of just the skin, I could start to sense the bone and the muscle. And I could start to sense the molecules moving around more and more. And then in nature, I could start to sense that the majority of the enjoyment I get out of nature was not so much the visual aspect, but it was the energy moving through my body, energy starting to unwind from my body, which then allowed me to relax more. And what else am I receiving through my body and from the earth that I either haven't acknowledged or is not even quite possible yet? That's going to get even more and more over time.
Yeah, thank you for that. And who is watching this for the first time? We did actually another one a few days ago with an amazing 3-day body class facilitated to Margaret when she was explaining how the 3-day body class of Access Consciousness has been created. And as well, like body process, one of the things I love the most because there is no that sense of superiority that I can heal you or someone else can heal you, you know what I mean, or change your life. It's all in our hands. The fact that all these body processes that have been discovered during the last 25 years, they are already part of our bodies. As you say, it's just like we open up a different connection. It's like, for me, being in Australia, just for example, and I don't know if you've seen Simone going to the north of territory, Uluru. For me, Aboriginals and everything has been such fascinating. And I've been reading so many things and about them and seeing the capacity that they have of heal the body, change things from like millions of years ago without even explaining it, just being with their body, for me was so fascinating. So we all have this capacity. We just lock them somewhere, cultural wise, culture by culture. So we locked it there. Now is the time for us probably to unlock them in a different way. So hope it makes sense, because my head goes everywhere.
Yeah. Well, it
Yeah.
makes sense to me, because one of the other aspects was, Dane talked about 2 years ago in a COP how engaging with energy and, I guess, moving or changing energy by request is like that.
Yeah.
You get a sense of it, subtle sense of it, boom, change it. Get a sense of a question I'm asking to change, boom, engage for a split second, not to define it, not to make it solid, and then just imagine it kind of drifting out, like when you see an airplane where it drifts away until you can't see it, but it's still moving. So really it's just that boom, 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 the simplicity and the ease of, moving and changing and engaging energetically by request.
Yeah. And how much the body process also, to me, at the beginning, I was judging myself so much because I couldn't sense anything. Okay. I couldn't sense the energy has everyone like, oh, I sense this, I sense that. But I knew there was something there. And because energy, as you say, Ben, it instantaneously, you just ask for it. And, scientists mention the fact that we just look at the molecule, and just for us putting our attention on the molecule change. It's no longer as it was like 10 seconds ago. So it's actually easier and more fun than what we think it is, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So let's talk a little bit with Yuko now. I want to hear from here what actually the body processes have been gifting to you and change in your life.
Yes, for me, like you said, Francesca, you didn't sense the body, but for me as well. But it's interesting thing is, and my favorite aspect of 3-day body class is, we work one particular body or person for 3 days, and every time I go to body class, the person or body come into the room, I know my body's like that. And I'm like, my mind is like, no. I would like to work with her or that person. But every time, the moment that person come into the room, I know, my body knows. And the, 3-day body facilitator say, okay, so Yuko, you would like to work with that person. And every time. So I'm like, I took 3-day body class probably 5-6 times now. And I now admit, okay, we know our body constantly sending a message and then talking to us, how much we or I cut off that awareness from the body, that we are constantly perceiving everything. And so for me, the body process actually, like, recall myself, we have the capacity our own in our unique way, different way, that we got so much receiving capacity from the body, nature, business, money, everything, using our body, sort of working with body together. So it's more and more that sort of volume is up for me. The more I took the class, every time
it's just like
different.
turn up the volume, right? Like see your body now. I'm like, okay, you gave me to go. Now I don't stop anymore. Because how much we were not listening to our body before. Yes, we dress them, we judge them every day, we give them to it whatever we want, without even perceiving what our body actually really likes to. We have sex with people that probably our body didn't want it. We wear shoes. I remember I destroyed my feet because there was a moment where the fashion was having those long shoes with like long point. You remember, it was 20 years ago, and I literally destroyed my feet. Now they are good, but I was like, what reason we do that instead of how much more fun and ease, and as well like how much more we have in our life when we are willing to listen to our bodies. There is a piece. It's also in creation because, as you mentioned, your body, you were in the class and your body knew with the person that had to be. To you have to care, right? But your mind was saying, no. This is no. This is all my thing. What I'm inventing. So for me, the body processes, the gift of the body processes, to me has been also get out of that mind chatting and not judging anymore what the message of my body were. Because Gary, in this Facebook Live, I always post the meme from Gary Douglas saying that bodies are sensors, organism that actually organs, sensory organs. Sorry, my English. That gives you information. That's like, wow, to actually have a greater life. So everywhere, like, yeah. So, and also, I don't know, go ahead.
Speaking of orgasm, you said, I had, when I had the first son, like my first child, I didn't have any pain. Yeah, my first child. I didn't have any pain when I had him, when I deliver. It's every time I got contractions, I got like orgasm sensation. It's like a pleasure. I had no pain. And after a few days after, I was like, I didn't have any pain like people normally say. So I Google it and say there is a word called orgasm birth. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. And the body is like, okay, we more communication with like a pain or suffering or, discomfort, but there is always that orgasmic energy that body can perceive. And that's another thing I got out. A lot of judgment about having a pleasure or enjoying your body from like, body process. So, thank you mentioned that word.
Thank you. And you were saying something else then when I was talking.
Well, it's really cool that I'm on the call with Yuko, because one of the things I learned is we don't only just receive from the person we're swapping with at the course, we're also receiving from other people as well in the class. So, for example, Yuko and I had seen each other, but there was always a barrier where we just didn't seem to be able to talk much. It's not that we didn't like each other, there was just something there. And then right at the end of the class, Yuko just walks up to me, puts her arms out, and just gives me the biggest hug. And then now, I just adore her. We've been out for lunch before. We've done swaps before, and even the level of what we share and the openness that we have is amazing. And I'm so grateful for the class for that. And of course, I'm so grateful for Yuko. So, yeah, what else is possible?
That's so cool what you just said. I just thank you, Ben. Because literally it's like, for me, when we were starting this conversation, was like, body process allow you a little bit to go back when you were a kid, when your body was telling you, oh, now I'm hungry, I need to eat, or I want to play, now I'm tired. Like, how a kid does. 3 seconds before is jumping, and then 3 seconds after is lie down and sleeping, like suddenly. That's how a kid does. Doesn't, there is, so it's also animals do the same, that their body are they are listening to their body, where they have to go, what they have to do. The body actually one of the main sensor, So for me, it's like really going back or re-embrace when I was a kid. Then I didn't have that judgment, right? And I had the connection of, what does my body require now? What's my body require now? And then. So, and kids don't have judgment. Oh, I don't like you, I will not talk with you. They just, even if they don't talk the same languages, kids play together. That's amazing. Have you noticed that? They just like their body or their language. They use their body to actually talk to each other. That's amazing. So that's so good. One of the things that also you were mentioning before we got in the we go live, Yuko, it's how as well, like before yesterday you were in the shower, if you want to say, and you were thinking about this conversation, and you mentioned something else about when you gave birth to your kids. Yeah, do you want to share as well how it's been?
Yeah, so so when I was thinking about yesterday, about today, and I'm like, what was my life like before the access consciousness tools I come across? And the most like a vulnerable and pleasant time for me was when I was pregnant. And like really every 10 seconds is so different, like time to time is my body changing, and you can actually see it, but also perceiving it inside of your body, and like everything is just chaotic, but it's pleasant way. And it's like sort of like you are perceiving you're alive every 10 seconds. And so yeah, I was like, and then childbirth as well, and sort of like food also, like you are not actually thinking, the body tell you this is what we require now, eat that, and you can't just say no because your palate is so different. And so like what would it take for us to get that, not like a morning sickness or anything, but what would it take for us to be that, to connect with our body, really, not like from the mind, but the body's voice is turned up to max, so that you know what to eat, what to wear, what to be with, what you want to have and create and go and everything. So yeah.
That's
really
That's
grateful
so
for
cool.
this. Yeah.
That's so cool, because one of the things that happened for me about 2 weeks after the last body class
Did you give
is
birth?
I asked my
I'm joking.
no.
Joking. Go ahead. What happened?
That's all right. One of the things that happened with communicating with my body started to tell me that I had a gluten intolerance. And so just by that awareness and working with it, and changing my diet, it's created not only more ease, but more vitality as well. And it's really interesting what you said, Francesca, about kids just knowing when they want to sleep and eat. It's like every other animal on the planet has that so easily. They're just in tune with the rhythm of the earth. And they just know where they want to go, where they want to eat, and they don't have this separation of me, I think, I define. And it's like, well, if we have this body that's inherently part of the earth, how much then, as we start to move into that awareness and not be in the mind, are we just perceiving and receiving and being the rhythm of the earth, receiving as the earth, just like every other animal on the planet?
Mm-mm. Such a peace when you're saying that. And also in a moment in time is now where a greater awareness about how it's required for the humanity to be with the earth. Because like you hear it like left and center about the fact that we need to change something to have a sustainable future, to basically still live in this planet Earth in 100 years from now, right? So it's something that it's within the sensibility of so many other people. And I'm like, this way of being with your body and with the rhythm of the earth, how much more like that connection, that contribution from the earth, but also us contributing to the earth means that, shall I use this soap to wash that's a very simple example, but what are you going to buy as a food, as detergent and everything that your body knows that will not affect the earth? I'm doing this lately. It's so funny. I'm really looking at the supermarket and connecting with that, because if I look at my mind my mind will go in all the computational reality, right? Like, oh, this. No, my body show me right away, this is good, this is not, this is good for you, and whatever you ask for. So it's easier and instantaneously. So how much more like can we be from now on in the future, including our bodies? And for me, we could create a more sustainable. It's like Gary Douglas, right? Like Gary Douglas, when he founded Access Consciousness long time ago, we say all this 30 years ago. I think it's a little bit more now, but anyway, he knew his demand was really to create a world without judgment and a sustainable living in the planet Earth, right? Look at what he has been creating, like Access Consciousness under 79 countries, and the benefit of these tools that have affected thousands and millions of people around the world. This is so incredible. And he is the one that he found that this body process, right? Like, and then he literally got it. One of the things I heard him saying about the advanced body processes classes, is that those classes where the body are ready to receive, where the body are really ready to, they have their peace, and they are not the level of judgment and the level of receiving. People can change things in a unique way in that any other access classes can give you, because your body is ready to receive it. So I was like, wow. This is pretty fun. And I don't know, have you ever attended an advanced body classes?
Not yet.
You guys. No, yeah, great. And it's not okay. We know that Simone is having one on the 29th of January, but one of the things we are doing this is really, for me, it's more creating a different awareness in people's world, that they might just have their bars run yesterday and they are in this Facebook group, and I say, where are the 3-day body class? Where are the body process? And there are people that actually can choose straight away to do the 3 days of advanced body class too. It's a journey, right? It's a journey with your body. And it's, yeah, I mean, now I'm like, I can't wait for that. And how did we get so lucky here in Australia that we can have that at the moment? It's just really, it's really good. Yeah.
And we have two amazing 3-day body facilitators in both Mark Branagh and Simone Millicer. So really, how did we get so lucky?
How did we get so lucky? We chose that. It's true. And all around the world, guys, if you're watching it and you don't know what it is, a 3-day body class anyway require as a prereq to have done bars and foundation before I had access to the advanced body class. And then the advanced body class, as the name says, it's more advanced. You have to have done 2 3-day body class. It shows the possibility, and then you can have access to the advanced body class with a limited of having a 3-day body class at least in the last 12 months, and a choice possibility as well. But it's also, if you don't know, you don't have all these prereqs, but you want to try this 3-day body process, there is also 3-day, we have body process facilitator 1 day, that they facilitate a 1-day class as well. So just to have a little tester, test of what it is, or go to foundation, you will learn. It's 4 now body process, right, that we have in foundation. Yeah. It's truly. And one other thing I remember, I mean, if you want to say anything else, guys, but one other thing I remember, I introduced my daughter with Access when I started Access. And, me as a mom have been changing so much. So she's been like looking at Access Consciousness tools a little bit like, my mom is a little bit strange, but she was enjoying it anyway. But one of the things she still enjoys is the body processes that she learned. She knows that when something's going, oh, mommy, I just hurt myself, but I'm doing this, I'm doing that. What do you suggest? I have pain in my teeth, or she's actually taking care of kids. That's one of her job. And if the kids are sick, she's actually saying, "Mommy, I did this and that. What do you get?" So the capacity that our body naturally have to create change and, you know, activate that healing capacity that the other body has, it's wonderful. But it's true, like that's one of the things she loves the most. So it's funny, right?
And
Yeah.
we also have two really cool body processes in the bars as well.
Oh yeah, that's true. See,
Hmm.
why coordinator forget these things? What is one? Like one is like the timers, right? Yeah, we have when you start, and the bars is the first body on hands process of the access
Yeah.
consciousness. That, wow. Yesterday I had 3 hours and a half of my bars run. I didn't even realize it. How did I get so lucky? I was just like, it's dark outside. How long did you go for? Oh, don't worry. I'm so grateful for Mark around my bars. Anything else you would love to say or share or, yeah, about body
Well, the
process?
other interesting thing is being able to receive and be aware more from the body through the processes, and the bars gives me more awareness of when there's something that's not me, that isn't working
Mm-hmm.
for me, that I can change with the tools. So when I first started using the tools, it was more of a mental process. What do I need to look out for? What am I thinking? Da 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 da. Now I can sense through my body, even without the words, oh, there's something there. Okay, what is this? What can I do with it? Can I change it? So it becomes even easier to use the tools. And as I can use the tools more, instead of judging myself when I don't use the tools, I can just enjoy when I do. So using the tools has more of a sense of play without any element of judgment. And with that sense of play, what I found, not just for myself, but for my clients, it's much easier then to use the tools regularly until you really start to be the tools. And with that platform, then you can receive so much more from other access classes that you do.
Mm. Mm-mm. Love it. Yeah, yeah, truly. Thank you. And it's funny because, like, every time we talk, there is a sense of, oh, there is a lot of ease here. There is a lot of
Yeah.
joy. There is a lot of fun. That's truly what it is. It's generally that. And it's really easier than we thought. For me, too, it's actually how much you, before knowing these amazing tools, you didn't have the awareness that life was possible to be as ease days now. Huh?
Mm.
I'm like, it's true. I'm not lying,
It
guys.
is.
That's
It
actually,
is.
And it gets
Yeah.
better and better.
Yes.
yeah, I know. I know. It's funny
Yeah.
how Dane, the co-founder of Access Consciousness, mentioned lately in one of his free call. The ESC is like 2021, the year of the happy idiots. And Gary adds the year of consciousness, the real consciousness of the happy idiots. It's amazing. Like, call me idiots, I'm happy, it's fine. Yeah, it's great. See, someone say who wants to swap body process today. It's Access Consciousness Australia, might be one of our admin. And I forget, since I'm a little bit new with StreamYard, in the next live we will go. I will might put underneath sort of a link so people can actually find where. But you go in www.accessconsciousness.com, and on our like menu drop there is like body classes and everything. There is Simone Milazes as well that we mentioned, the 3-day three body class facilitator. You can search our website, it's really amazing. You can search for anything. We have books about bodies. That's wonderful. So yeah, what can we be today for our bodies that we haven't considered that we could be so far?
Wow.
Yeah, that's so cool. Thank you so much. So I might see you at the end of the January in Nusa for the advanced body class. Otherwise, I will see you around. And thank you so much for coming here as well, you, Ben. Like, I love the man
Thank you.
energy too. Huh, Yuko?
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Yuko, for being this joy walking all the time.
Yeah.
Just seeing you,
Yuko
right?
is. Yeah.
Joy, kindness, and sparklingness. Yeah. Thank you, you guys, for watching us live, and thank you for watching the replay as well.
Thank you so much.
Bye. Have
Thank
a
you.
lovely Friday.
Bye.
Bye.
You too. Bye.